Hi guys, Curly Crite here, aka Tish. Today I'm going to go over or do a Memorial Day themed manicure with using gel polish. So I got this inspiration from Pinterest. Here's a picture of the mani. Go ahead and get started. I have my Beetles foundation here, so we're going to start with there, and I'm going to gently roll this around. And I keep my polishes in my basement, so they're kind of cold. Sometimes when gel polishes are cold, they tend to be kind of thick. So we're going to see what we get here. And then I have my nail prop from Liquid Layers. I don't know what, I probably got glue stuck on there from dip powder. So I'm going to use that just to kind of keep the gel polish from pooling into my cuticle area. Getting out of frame here. So I like to kind of start in the middle somewhat and kind of push the base down. And I'm not the best nail polisher, but guess what? It works. It is what it is. And if you get some gel polish on your cuticle area, I do have a cleanup brush. It's actually a gel polish brush that I got off Amazon. It was a set of 2 and I forgot how much I paid for them. You can use that with some alcohol and clean it up before you cure it, because once you cure it, it's stuck on your skin. Or you can do the old-fashioned way of running your finger along the side walls or wherever you got the gel polish at. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my fingernails with the base coat. And I'll probably speed this up a little bit here. Actually, sorry, one thing with this lamp, you have to do your thumb separately. As you can see, your thumb won't lay flat with that lamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure my thumbnail for 60 seconds. So I'm gonna press and hold this for 2 seconds. And now it's going to be a 60-second cure here. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up applying base coat to the rest of my nails, and I will cure those for 60 seconds. In high school, my mom would take me to get my nails done. We would get them done, and that drill scared me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my silver. Again, this is Beetles color 472. I'm gonna roll that around, and oh, I got gel polish on my hands, sticky. If I can get it open, there we go. I'm gonna put this on my index finger. Now with gel polish, I mean not gel, but glitter polishes, sometimes you can get a good coat with one. Sometimes it takes more than one coat to get good coverage. And as you can see, it's kind of sparkly, but you do have some transparent areas, so I know I'm gonna have to go in with a second coat of this silver here. And sometimes with glitter polishes, you can kind of move those around to get glitter coverage in areas that are missing. And again, I'm not the best polisher, but I think I do okay. Okay, so that's the silver. And I need to go down to my cuticle just a little bit more. Well, down in that area, but not actually touching my skin. And this is where the goofy moments come in. And I actually think I like this in one coat. I think one coat just might do the trick. What do you guys think? One coat? I think one coat will do it. Okay. And I forgot to use my strengthener next. But you can always wipe this off with alcohol. I'm not. What I'm going to do is go ahead and put the strengthener on the rest of my nails. And hopefully this will prevent my nails from chipping. Sometimes my nails like to chip under dip. Not dip, gel. And that's another reason why I don't like gel sometimes. And again, Beetles polish, you can buy that on Amazon. They have nice little colorful kits, and they are inexpensive. So if you're looking to get into gel polishes and you don't want to spend a bunch of money, you certainly can go to Amazon and order Beetles Gel Polish. And I think they do have a kit that comes with an LED lamp, so. Okay. I'm gonna flip these. Just hit my lamp. I'm gonna flip these and then I will cure them for 60 seconds. Okay. And as you can see, that silver or that glitter, I'm just gonna keep that at one coat. Well, I might better put a second coat on there. I don't know if you can see on the tip, there's some, missed a spot. Bullocks. Okay. Shook the table. Sorry if my camera's shaking. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with my blue on my nail prop. Going with my blue. And Beetles polish, I actually like the consistency of it. It's not the greatest smell, but I think their polishes are, I don't know if they're vegan or not. I will have to look that up, or you can actually look it up if you wish to do so, or to do so. It's a little watery, so I know I'm going to have to go in with the second coat. I'm going to do a little cleanup here. It's probably best to go in with my brush and do this. I have a little alcohol pump here. Now, the thing is with gel polish, you're clean with alcohol. Make sure that's dry before you put your hand under a lamp because it burns. It burns. And it's okay that I'm wiping off some of this gel, period. I can go back in and fix that. Took all that off. I'm gonna let that dry. That alcohol dry, and I'll go back in with, I'll do my red now. That looks terrible. But I'll go in with my red. Check this up. These have been sitting for a while. And excuse my froggy voice, but I live in North Carolina and the allergies seem like year round now. I used to not have allergies, but the older I got, the worse it became. It's a pretty red. Love it. It's streaky though. Streaky, streaky, streaky. Some people like to use a gel brush like the one I just had because they're more rounded and you can get down to your lower nail pretty good with that. So I'm just going to get this area here. And I'm wiping my finger that I'm cleaning up with on a paper towel that I have over here on my table. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. I mean, if somebody's all in your nails like that, like really, get a life. Like, well, you didn't polish good. Well, let me see you go polish your own nails. Nobody's claiming to be perfect, but it is what it is. And there's no need to try to rush this. I mean, unless you're rushing, seriously. But just take your time. That's the best advice I can give you. Take your time. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Because number one, they're not, well, they could be doing their own nails, but are their nails going to be perfect? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in with the blue on this one. As you can see, it's pulling away. That's another reason why I don't like gel polishes sometimes. I have different brands. I've had Gelish. I've had China Glaze. I've had Koko and Claire. Over time, if they're just sitting, and I don't know, I'm not an expert, but I've noticed that over time, if they sit in too cool or too warm of a place, when you use them, they do start to pull when you put them on your fingernails, and that drives me 100% crazy. I guess the chemical components of the gel polish, I mean, they do have a shelf life, but I don't think I've had these more than a year. So that looks a little better. Okay, you can see it's pulling from my pinky as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure these for 60 seconds. So those are cured. I like that red and that blue. So I'm gonna go in with my second coat on all 4 of these nails. Okay, so those are cured. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my thumb off camera, and then I'll come back when we're ready to stamp. Okay, so I have all my nails done, cured. These are matte because I wiped off the tacky layer or the inhibition layer to get ready for nail stamping. And what I've applied to around my fingernail is the Maniology Mani Mask, the cuticle protector. It is latex free. And you want to wait until this is completely clear to a certain degree. You can see some areas have started to dry. This is still wet before you start to stamp, because if you stamp with this still wet, it could potentially mess up your stamper, and it would peel it off, and you don't want that. So again, I have my stamping plate. I'm going to use the stars here and the stripes here. I don't know about that hard, but we'll see. My fingernail is a little longer than it usually is. Normally I could just do maybe 3 to 4 lines on my nail when stamping, but with them being just a little bit longer, I may end up grabbing part of that hard. I don't know. And again, I have my sticky pad here. This is from Clear Jelly Stamper. I believe Maniology has one too. I think I have one that you can wipe your stamper on. A lint roller will work as well. So this is tacky, so if you can see that. So you can just roll your stamper on there to prep it before you stamp to get off any dust. There shouldn't be any dust on here. And then after you stamp, if there's any excess polish, you can remove that off of your stamper, because these are very delicate, so you don't want to break it, because you can push it. It's real squishy, but you can puncture this and then therefore ruin your image. So I'm going to come back when this is completely dry, because it's taking a minute, and I'll be back. So my first round of stamping didn't come out that great. So what I did was I took some non-acetone and so nail polish removed that's not acetone, and a lint-free wipe, and I just wiped it off. That's the good thing about it if you mess up with your stamping. So we're going to try this again, folks. Let's see what we get here. So we're going to start with the stripes. I mean, not the stripes, the stars. I'm going to apply it to the whole image. Let's see. This is what I normally do when I don't have problems. So again, it may be the angle in which I am stamping. That I'm scraping. Could be that, or the manner in which I'm picking this image up. That's a little better. So I'm going to go in and place the stars. Okay, that looks better in my opinion. Okay, now let's do the stripes. So maybe if you're having a hard time, cover the entire image, I would say, and see if that makes a difference. Turn that around because I want to scrape. I'm weird, I like to scrape to the right. Now that is terrible. So let's try this again. Again, I'm wiping that on my sticky pad there that I got from Clear Jelly Stamper. Okay, that I think may be the best I'm going to get right now. Again, I don't plan on having this manicure long. Don't want that hard to still end up getting a little piece of it, but that's okay. I'll take it. And I just wiped my stamper. You can still see some of the stripes in there, which is kind of weird. I've never seen that, but I think over time it'll go away. And now I have my stars and my stripes. So I'm going to remove this peely base here. Sometimes I have to use a cuticle pusher and kind of get that lifted, because it really lays flat to your skin. So I'm just taking this and lifting it up here to remove that. And again, sometimes I can get all of it off in one go, and sometimes I have to dig at it. which I don't like digging at it at all. So I'm gonna remove this one, and I'm gonna have to do some cleanup here. Sorry, I'm shaking my table. Now, I don't know why. Oh, you know what? When I wiped the first round of stamping off, I think it removed some of the barrier. So I'm going to clean this up off camera, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've cleaned up, and I do have some areas that are kind of splotchy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Maniology brush here, is really thin, and along with some stamping polish, and see if I can fill that in just a little bit. As if you guys are, you know, some people are really anal about stuff. I can be with certain things. Now, this may be a little difficult for me because guess what? I'm left-handed. So, I'm gonna see how good of a job I can do. Not bad, but probably because I'm left-handed, I suck. Yeah, see. And I'm shaking. This sucks. So, I'm not gonna do well. Let's use my little finger holder here. How about that? See if that can help steady my hand a little bit more. Okay, that's the best I'm gonna get right now. So I'm gonna let that dry. Kind of messed up just a little bit in here with getting offline. Again, I'm left-handed, so it's not my dominant hand. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll be back to finish this up with top coat. So I've let that dry. Hopefully this, the top coat from Beetles doesn't smear my stamping. So just looking at their top coat, it says apply and cure for 90 to 120 seconds. I'm going to do 120 seconds with the top coat. Again, I have to do my thumbs separately just because the kind of lamp that I have, I do have one where you can put all your hands in there, but it was just too big for my table. Well, it's not too big for my table. I'll take that back. I just didn't want to use it today. Just didn't want to use it. And for anyone who wants to use Beetles top coat with dip powder, I don't recommend it. I used it one time for my dip powder, and it peeled right off the next day. So I'm trying not to. I'm just trying to float this over my nail because I don't want to smear my stamping. So I'm trying to do this as light as possible by floating the top coat over my nails. Everything looks better with top coat. I'm not a matte fan. I mean, when I see it, I'm like, oh, that looks great. But I don't know if I would ever use matte top coat. I'm just kind of letting this self-level. Hopefully I didn't flood my sidewalls and my cuticles with top coats. Let's see. I think we're okay. I have old people hands. So I'm going to cure this for 120 seconds. So that's going to be twice in my Koko and Clear lamp. And I'll do my top coat my thumb, and then I'll be back with the finished manicure. Guys, so everything is cured. This is a no wipe top coat. I did forget to mention that. My nails are dry. We're ready to go. The only thing needed is some cuticle oil. So I finished every manicure with cuticle oil. This is one that I purchased from Amazon. I have some from Cuticle Candy Skincare. I believe that's the name of the company. I specifically ordered one called Hot Mess Marla because I follow Marla Chris, who has some amazing manicures, and proceeds of that oil that she did in collaboration with the company go towards a no-kill animal shelter, which, you know, I'm afraid of animals, but hey, it is what it is. So this oil is greasy. You don't need a lot, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put one drop, tiny drop, as much as I can. I'm not going to do every nail because it is so greasy. I'm just going to take my finger and dab it on the other nails. And I want to be kind of careful because you get oil, because I have a peel base, the peel base on. Oil gets under there and it can prematurely lift. Again, I'm not concerned. I haven't gotten peelable base to last longer than 2 days. And then you can just, the lifting is very apparent. And it drives me nuts, but it's okay. So I kind of stopped using it for a while, but because I don't want to keep this on all week, and I'm just wiping off excess oil with a paper towel. I got these little trifold lint-free paper towels, Scott, from Amazon, because we're in a pandemic and everybody wanted to buy up paper towels. It was like fools. So I got these off Amazon. Okay, and here's my finished mani. If you like this video, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Thank you.